Right, in less than 24 hours, Singaporeans will head to the polling station to vote for their candidates in the 2025 Singapore general election. More than 2.75 million eligible voters are eligible to vote this year, an increase from 2.6 million voters in the 2020 polls. We go live with our journalist Muzammil Abdullah, who is in Singapore with the latest.
11 political parties and 2 independent candidates contesting in Singapore's general election, GE 2025, will know their fate on Saturday night, following 9 days of campaigning and nearly 5 years of groundwork since the last election. Now it is in the hands of 2.75 million Singaporean voters to decide whether the ruling People's Action Party, or PAP, will once again secure a supermajority, or if opposition parties will make further inroads. Now, yesterday the campaigning period has ended at midnight, and today is the cooling period, where voters will review all the information they received and make their decisions as they head to the polls tomorrow, beginning at 8:30 a.m. As usual, the bread and butter issues that are being discussed usually revolves around properties, higher cost of living, pension funds, and also job security, something similar to what we experienced back in Malaysia. In GE 2020, the PAP won 83 out of 93 seats, securing 61.2% of the overall vote share, compared to GE 2015, when it secured 83 out of 89 seats and garnered 69.9% of the vote. Among the key constituencies to watch for this year's GE 2025 is the Punggol GRC, East Coast GRC, and West Coast to Jurong West GRC, where both Workers' Party, or WP, and the Progress Singapore Party, PSP, are fielding strong candidates. For PAP, the party enters polling day with 5 seats already secured, following an uncontested walkover at the Marine Parade Braddell Heights constituency, leaving 92 seats still up for grabs. And with PM Lawrence Wong at the helm, many believe that PAP will continue to lead the nation of Singapore. However, this will also serve as a testbed, or the first public test of public confidence towards Lawrence Wong since he took over from former Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. Now, this is part of PAP's effort to bring in fresh faces to better connect with the younger voters, while moving towards modernizing party image and governance style. According to a comprehensive statistics conducted by the Straits Times multimedia page GE 2025, who's standing where in Singapore's general election, this marks the highest number of female candidates in the Republic's electoral history. The women candidates come from a range of professional backgrounds, with business and law emerging as one of the most common fields. Now, several also bring expertise from social service and media sectors, reflecting gradual diversification in the types of experience represented. Now, for our Malaysian viewers who are still confused or do not know or not really that well versed on how the politics or the electoral system works in Singapore, let me enlighten you a bit. Now, Singapore, it's basically straightforward like how we did our elections in Malaysia, with different tweaks and slight differences. Singapore and Malaysia both use a first-past-the-post voting system, but each constituencies work very differently. In Malaysia, every area is a single-member constituency, or SMC. That means voters just choose one candidate to represent them in Parliament. Also, there's no legal requirement for minority representation, but parties often select candidates based on the ethnic makeup of each particular area. In contrast, Singapore uses a mix of SMCs and GRCs, which stands for Group Representation Constituencies. In a GRC, a team might consist of 3 to 6 candidates runs together, and at least one must be from a minority race, as a symbol that all races are being represented in Parliament, and not just based by party choice but by law. So while Malaysia relies on political parties to reflect diversity, Singapore builds it directly into the electoral system. So from this explanation, hope that clears the air for our Malaysian viewers who are still wondering how the the electoral system in Singapore works. So I will be here tomorrow, where the general election will take place from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I will be reporting live coverage about the estimated results. So stay tuned to Bernama TV for more information. Bersama Abdullah, Bernama TV.